Hello, welcome to Dungeons Royals Podcast. I'm your host Justin. Today, for Halloween month 2021, I'm reviewing the three issues of the 2006 comic book series, Shadowpact. Here's issue 1, right? Issue 2, which love that cover. Bill Willingham wrote and did the art for the first 2 issues, and then he wrote, but he didn't draw the interior art. Some guy named Walker did the interior art. He just did the cover. So that's the 3rd issue, right? Yeah. So I picked up this series. I mean, these comics like over a decade ago, right? And I decided to review this for Halloween month when I picked up the 3rd issue recently in a comic book haul video, right? Which I paid $2 for that, right? Oh, and these characters first were introduced in a series called Day of Vengeance, where the artist for that book, if I remember correctly, went to jail for cheese pizza, if I remember correctly. Which is, I remember this comic book podcast I listened to talk about that when it happened, man. It's holy shit, time flies. I don't even remember their names. Alright. So yeah, I'm not gonna pretend like I remember their names. I don't. So don't ask me what the name of the podcast. I don't remember. I don't know. I remember like the Eric Blow Himself Up dude used to co-host the podcast, but then like quit or something. I can't remember, but yeah. So like this comic book is about this team of magic superheroes, which is comprised of 2 members of Suicide Squad, actually, Nightshade and Enchantress, who was in the first movie, right? And you also have Detective Chimp, Ragman, Nightmaster, who I thought this was Shining Knight. Totally isn't. His name is Nightmaster, which he's pretty much Shining Knight, but without the flying Pegasus, right? And you have Blue Devil, who, if I remember correctly, was originally just a guy in like power armor suit that made him look like the devil, like Blue Devil, but he's, I guess, at some point sold his soul to the devil, right? Or not devil, Neron, right? Yeah. So let's look at the interior art. Yeah. So the 3 issues is basically about also Phantom Stranger's in the book, but he's kind of like a side character, right? So like the story for the 3 issues, right, which comprised an arc, which that was cool, was basically, oh man, I'm skipping it. Was basically Superman, while while patrolling America, I guess, stumbles upon this red dome, right? That's covering this entire town, which is red. I think it's Red River Rock, Wyoming, or Red Rock, Wyoming. Oh yeah, it's River Rock, Wyoming. And he can't break it, and he asks Green Lantern for help to figure out what it's made of, and they figure out it's magic, right? And a Phantom Stranger shows up, telling him, "Hey, you guys can't handle this. We're gonna. This is magic, and Superman, you're vulnerable to magic. So we're gonna have this team of superheroes go in, right? Which is the Shadowpact, right? The people. What's going on in River Rock is that you have this team of supervillains, right? Jack of Fire, Strega, who's like a like pretty much like the Enchantress, but she's like blood magic. You have Bagman, Carnival, a Night Sister who's like who can turn herself into shadow beasts, and you have Jack Rabbit, who is like not Jack Rabbit, I think it was White Rabbit, who has like a magic sword. They're pretty much evil counterparts of Shadowpact, right? And yeah, they're the whole reason they're there is they're they chose the town of Riverwalk to sacrifice them in like to sacrifice them for a magic ritual to bring over this Lord of Light character who's going to commit genocide, right, on the planet, right? So obviously our characters have to stop him, and it's implied that they've been stuck in the second issue. It's been implied that they've been stuck inside the the dome for like a year, right? And that's because our characters first get Strega uses her magic to basically muddle the mind of Nightmaster, who's the leader of the team. So all of our characters will wander off one by one and get defeated by their evil counterparts, right? And what happens after that is that one of the members of the Pentacle, I'm not going to say who, decides, hey, this is a really dumb idea. I don't want to live in some like hellscape. Lets the team go, right? And immediately gets killed by Enchantress, which was like, holy shit, that was ruthless. And our characters, after they free their bonds, they go off and defeat the members of the Pinnacle one by one and destroy the dome. But Strega runs off, right? And that's the end of the story. So I really enjoyed this free issue series. I thought the dialogue was good. The art, though a bit cartoony, was good. Though I was not a fan of the pulp culture references. They reference Hellboy in the book, which is like, oh my god, that was cringe. Alright. But overall, I thought the book was good. There's some good humor here and there, though they all seem to hate the monkey dude for whatever reason. I don't know. Who's like an alcoholic with a smoking habit, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I really enjoyed the book, and I thought I would recommend this. Sucks this series isn't more popular, and there aren't any trades, but you can probably get these comics for cheap, right? Like this one was like $2. This one was $2, and I got like, these characters aren't very popular, so you can probably get this for like, bargain bin like prices. Yeah, so I would give this 6.5 out of 10. I thought the art in the third book was a bit wasn't as good, right? Bit lacking. I kind of liked the art of the first two issues, right? And I did think they kind of wrapped things up a bit too lightly, a bit too neatly, because it's like as soon as they get out, they're able to come up with a plan to like defeat their opponents, right? When in the first like two issues they kind of get their asses kicked, so it was like, what the fuck, all right. Oh, and the fight between like Detective Chip and the sociopath Boy Scout Carnival was pretty cool, right? Yeah. So yeah, 6.5 out of 10. Also, I gotta give a little update for the channel, so if you're not interested in that, leave now. So my microphone broke, and I already spent my free cash money on Swamp Thing and this Italian TV show. So I don't really have money to buy a new microphone right now until my next paycheck, which is like in 2 or 3 weeks, right? And like I could go out and buy a microphone like tomorrow, but the problem is I'm saving up for Christmas to get, for a Christmas gift, so like I can't really spend money willy-nilly right now. So yeah, I'm totally sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so there's not going to be any more movie reviews. Though if you want, I could do little movie reviews at the end of these book reviews, like comic reviews. Like I watched like Autopsy of Jane Doe last night with Brian Cox and Emile Hirsch, and it was a pretty cool movie, right? It's this movie where like Roose Bolton from Game of Thrones is a sheriff in like a New England town, right? Which yeah, you have like British actors doing American accents, and Brian Cox's American accent was actually pretty good. Roose Bolton was a bit iffy, but he's Roose Bolton. You can you gotta leave it go, let it go, or it'll flay you. So yeah, it starts off with this like Roose Bolton is like examining this murder scene where like this house murdered each other for like no apparent reason, and they find this half dug up like dead body of this beautiful girl in the basement, and she's like perfectly preserved. So like yeah, they take the body to the Tilden's funeral slash crematorium, where it's like run by Brian Cox and his son Emile Hirsch, who is not a fan of the family business of doing autopsies and like funeral homes and stuff. He wants to run off with his girlfriend, right? But before that happens, Emile Hirsch decides to help stay in late to help his dad do an autopsy on Jane Doe, and because they also do autopsies, right? And weird shit starts to happen when they start cutting into Jane Doe. They keep finding weird stuff, weird wounds, when her body's like perfectly, the exterior of her body is perfectly like fine, but like the interior is fucking weird, right? And then like weird shit happens. There's like a major thunderstorm out of nowhere. Dead bodies are from the morgue are walking the hallways. Their cat Stanley gets killed, which is poor Stan. I hate when cats and dogs get killed in movies, right? And there was a gruesome scene where they find Stanley in the vent, like half dead, with a chunk from his back missing, and Brian Cox has to snap its neck, and they just throw him in the crematorium. That sucked. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought the cinematography, the music, everything was great. One problem with the movie is they do this thing. There's like SJW like bullshit in the movie, but I can't spoil what it is without revealing the plot twist, right? Which is like the plot twist was actually pretty cool, but like the way that the characters were trying to like undermine it, like with like bullshit. If you have to see the movie to see what to know what I'm talking about. But like they make excuses for the murderous bitch dead body, right? Which is it really dead? Oh, you have to watch the movie. But yeah, I thought Autopsy of Jane Doe was a pretty awesome movie, and you can watch it for free on Tubi. Alright guys, that's it for this review. My next review for Halloween month is going to be Hellstrom Evil Origins, right? Which also has like, I think, like Ghost Rider's in the book, and I think Doctor Strange makes a cameo. I could be wrong on that. Which, this character was in the issue of Howard the Duck that we reviewed. And I can't wait to read this. Yeah, because this character has a TV show coming out, I think. Yeah. With Ghost Rider and a bunch of other, Marvel horror superhero characters. Alright, guys, that's it for this